Hi, sweeties. I found a video that I did when I was living in Florida about love and loving yourself and etc. In that time, I just give you I did the video as I received the message, and they explained to me certain things. But I just posted. I hope that you saw it, and I'm just doing this and posting this back to back because I want to give you a better, more information about it. That with the experience, with the more knowledge I gain afterwards. When they're talking about love, it's not just about loving yourself, but loving yourself is the first step, as in the way that I was telling in that video. But they were showing me that the collective is each one of us, right? We need to understand that the collective, it is a group of spirit, it's a group of uh, souls, but that cannot sustain without the individual. The individual can sustain themselves, they can live, they can act by themselves. But the collective is, if the individual don't do it, then the collective can. So that's so important because the collective cannot do for each one of us what we need to do. So for them, even the galactic people, as I described, Jesus Christ, God, and everything, they don't sacrifice themselves. They allow us, through the flowing of that love that they have for every person, and especially because they don't sacrifice who they are to make us believe. They just show us, they make us feel it. That's why we never doubt it. So that's why they could this that's why they are showing love. As I mentioned in that video, it's not about sacrificing. As an individual working in the collective, we need to put ourselves first. We cannot compromise who we are, what we think, what we believe, because at the end, that it is the same thing that is going to help the collective. That is the thing that makes the flowing of the energy and connection with the collective. If I have all of you with me and I just start sacrificing myself in a point that I lose myself, I feel that I'm giving, I'm getting empty, I'm not growing, and I'm not searching and putting the boundaries, that I don't feel that I'm jeopardizing myself. If I don't do that, then all of you are going to lose as a collective because I'm going down. Then I cannot give the voices, I cannot give the messages, I'm not gonna be more the voice, I'm gonna get, because I kind of get empty because I was not flowing, I was jeopardizing who I am. But if I put the boundaries, if I just do what I feel that is right by me for you, then everything flows, because then the energy stays. You keep learning, you keep looking for more. I keep looking for more from them. So stay in that kind of wheel, everybody. If one of you don't have questions or are going through something difficult and you don't feel it, you have the collective to look for help. But at the same time, if you are not feeling well, that energy can affect others. So we cannot help you if you don't ask. It's the same for me. But I want you to, like, in the moment that you feel that you're sacrificing, you're gonna hurt, believe it or not, the energy, because we're connected with, not just with this group, with every person around you. So that's why it's so important, because remember, as you do for you, you're doing for others. And in that aspect, you keep looking for giving more without feeling that you are getting empty. You're gonna be just flowing through that. People are going to feel the love, even you are away, even they don't see you, they feel your presence, they know that you are there. That's how we need to love. We need to stop loving sacrificing ourselves, because when we sacrifice ourselves, and again, okay, they're saying, explain that please, so I'm gonna explain that. It's okay to sacrifice, but the sacrifice has to come from you. It's something that you want to do. Not because people is saying that a good mom had to sacrifice. Not because if you have a partner, you need to sacrifice who you are. Not because you have friends, family, you need to stop being yourself or need to do the things that make you happy and make you feel fulfilled just because society said that is the right thing. The sacrifices that we do in life for others and for ourselves have to come from us, because that way that sacrifice means something for you and for the other person. That sacrifice really have the love energy there. So that's so important. That's why we need to do things that we want to do, that is coming from that love and the right thing for me, by me, to others. People during this pandemic is saying like, oh, you don't love your loved ones, or you don't love the people that is around you because you are not using the mask. That kind of love is just is manipulating, is putting you and making you feel guilty. So then you're gonna start doing it just because you don't want people to do this or that, instead of just flowing like, hey, I respect you, maybe you feel that it's not something serious, but can you use your mask? And then I'm gonna be like, you know what, that not making me, that kind of action don't take me wrong. Okay, and besides, why not to take more like taking care of myself? But I'm not gonna stop doing certain things just because. See, I put the boundaries. I allow myself to do certain things to show the love that I have for others or respect for others without making me feel jeopardized. There are the things that I don't do because I don't feel it is right, and it's kind of making me, if I do it, then I'm gonna be feeling that I'm compromising myself. So sorry. That's the boundary. So that's how we need to see this. Actions. I love my daughters. Who knows me knows that I love them so much, but I need to put some boundaries. Now I'm taking care of myself. And the same with family and friends, and even with my tribe, because I need them to flow. Now my relationship is getting better with my daughters because love is flowing. I don't feel like squeezing anymore because I don't feel like I'm doing too much because I'm learning. I'm taking time for me to learn, to grow, to read again, to expand my mind so I can share it with you. So see how it works? That's how love should be. How sacrifices. Okay, I need to stop eating, but I'm gonna do it because I want to, because I need to give that food to someone that needed more, because maybe that person didn't eat for longer. So one day, 2 days that I don't eat, for that person to eat, that maybe it's been months. That's how it should be. You need to change it. Love, yeah, it starts with us, but it's more like, it's not just about loving ourselves and accepting. It's more about giving this love to others, giving what you can give that flow through you. It's difficult. It's a change of state of mind. It's still learning how to do it, but I can tell you, since I changed how they told me, everything flows. People, I can love more because I don't feel that it's getting empty, never. I don't feel that I'm squeezed because I'm putting some boundaries. And people can say that, oh, you're loving yourself more and doing more. But I see it like I'm practicing love as it is, because I know where I need to sacrifice or where I need to give, because it's keep flowing. And all of you, I know that you feel it, how much I love each one of you. I know that you know it, how much I care for each one of you. But now it's flowing through me to each one of you as it keep flowing through you, and that make people change. That create a change of reaction. That's how we start changing this for the better, opening the eyes of others, how they need to see this. It's time. We need to. It's not about doing the big changes. It's not about making people believe or not. Be that person with your actions. Show themselves. Say no. If you feel that is something that you can do because it's not affecting who you are as individual, so the collective don't get affected, then do it. But in the moment that you feel that it's something that you don't want to do it, but you have to because you are a mom, because you are a sister, then don't. because you are a soul, most of all. And you have a mission to help this earth, not just with your kids, not just with your family. We have a responsibility with the full earth, with these higher beings, with ourselves. We have here, if you are here to listen, to work, to start making the change, but that change starts with you. And believe it, when you start loving, and loving not who you are, not just that, loving the reason that you're here, loving every aspect of what you do, because you want to do it, because it make you feel big, it make you empower, or feel that empowerment, it make you feel really strong. Then is when you start calling your your higher consciousness. It's when we start working. Love yourself is just the first aspect, as we see it in here. But we need to love every aspect, everything, the good and the bad, seeing it for what it is. Don't allow those things to stop us. That's the first step. To not feel afraid, feel love. If that happened, it happened, because I know that it's something that I need to go through for the collective, for them to learn, for me to learn. Whatever it is, accept it and flow through that. But you need to stop jeopardizing who you are. When the individual take care of themselves, because they cannot do it, they can't help us, they can become here. Do you need help? I go to each one of my friends when I need help, because I know. But if I don't do it first, if I don't start taking care of myself, if I don't work with myself, with the situation that I'm going through, I can go to them, but they cannot do nothing. They can give me all of the help, they can give me all of the guidance, but I am not going to be able to do nothing with it. I'm gonna continue in the same, and then I'm gonna be pulling the collective, my friends around, dragging with me. I'm gonna be sucking their energy, sucking their resources, maybe making them feel tired. This is something that you need to understand. This is why, this is the real reason that people don't want to talk about it. But we need to. When we start taking, and it's not being selfish, it's being aware of who we are. It's being aware of the importance of myself, of the self. When you are aware of that, everything can happen. You start manifesting, and the collective rise the energy, because each person in the collective. And when we see someone kind of dropping, or we kind of like is telling us things, then the collective just can go. But you need to do it. You can sustain yourself with the energy of the collective, because that's why we are here. But eventually the collective can cut you out if they see that you are doing more damage than good. Because again, the individuals need to put attention to themselves, and the collective can make the changes that they need to make change. I hope that I explained everything good. But I needed to tell you about this, okay, sweeties? So that's how the collective see this, and how this higher being seeing this, because basically this is the most important thing. The spiritual aspect is more about ourselves. This is more about the collective. This is more about helping this to move forward with our actions, with things flowing through us. Then we're gonna start making the change that this planet Earth needs to see, so we can move to the fourth, and then eventually to the fifth dimension. Okay, cities. So spread the word. If you know people that can beneficiate from this community, tell them to join. Things are going to be really like a roller coaster, as you will see. So thank you for listening to me. See you next time, sweeties.